Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. What's going on, guys? Little bit of a later stream tonight, I thought, because I've been working on signets since 3 in this afternoon. Well, 4 this afternoon. I got out of work early, and I just started working on stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, Omens came out yesterday. We got some shit to do. We got some work to do. So, came online and started working on my signets. We got to farm 7 signets for the next endgame raid instance. So, not quite as bad as, I don't know, the, what is it? Not Plains of Power, but I think it was in Luckland. There was a really bad thing that you had to farm with shards that was absolutely cutthroat ridiculous. I remember doing that on Kornov and, like, never again. Like, I'm never, ever gonna raid. Never, ever gonna raid. Never, ever gonna raid in Luckland ever again, because that was just horrible. Not interested. Unsubscribe. So. But, yeah, so I've never actually raided Omens before. Omens is, like, not a thing for me. Like, never gonna give you up. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. I was not expecting that. That kind of ruined my train of thought there. So. I'm slowing. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I think we're good here. But yeah, never raided in Omens before. I've played Omens a little bit, just a little bit, but for the most part, I'm really not well versed or experienced with this expansion. So, but it did increase the level cap. So the level cap is level 70 now. So we were originally at 65 with all the way from Plains of Power up until this point. So now Omens of War increases the level cap to 70, so we have levels to gain. I'm almost level 70 on the Beast Lord already, so. And we also have to worry about more AAs, so there's more alternate advancement points that we have to contend with, so that's going to be interesting. But other than that, the leveling in Omens of War has been much easier, to say the least. It's been crazy easy as far as with, comparatively to, I don't know, when we were having to do level 60 to level 65. So that little stretch was not the best, that's for sure. So, but yeah. So here we are, grinding experience and kind of having fun, you know, because everybody in this group I know, this is kind of the crew that we came up with here on Mangler. So it's pretty much all of us that know each other really well and just kind of grouping together, leveling, trying to get these signets done and have a lot of fun, I guess. So, but it's been, yeah, there's unfortunately no raid tonight. We're trying to get our signets done. We're trying to do this farming. We're trying to also get level 70. I mean, we had people at level 70 pretty much, like the first level 70 that hit the market, I think it was like 3 hours, 4 hours maybe. So that should go to show how good or bad the experience is here as far as with trying to get to level 70. So it was pretty easy. But I'm already halfway through 69, so I'm hoping to get on stream level 70, and then, you know, something to celebrate, I guess. But I mean, I still have my 2 other boxes. I've got a druid and I've got a mage. The druid's almost 67. I was able to squeeze some experience on her, and the mage is still only 66. Like, I had all my characters already set for 99% into level towards 66. So 66 took 1 kill. I pretty much had the 1 kill for the experience, so... I have 3 points, right? I do have 3 points. Roll that Black Pearl. Fury of Magic is going to increase it by 2, but Critical Affliction, I think, increases it by 3. Veteran's Wrath is at 6%, right? Or 6 AAs. That's a little crazy. Yeah, Roar of Thunder. Okay. I could get Roar of Thunder as a D-aggro. I think I'm gonna go with Critical Affliction though. I'm gonna get more. I need to get more crit, chance to crit on my dots. So, but yeah, so we got we have even more AAs that we're gonna have to grind, and it's just gonna take forever. I did save up some EXP potions though, so we do have a handful of EXP potions that we can work with. I've got 3 left, so that's good. I mean, it's nice having the EXP pots so that we can kind of recover, not having to wait as long to get experience. So. I am also in comms, but I don't have the comms filtering into stream because I normally don't like to filter comms into stream, just because it kind of draws me away from the community and from chat. I was considering actually turning on comms for raids, because I mean sometimes the comms are a little bit entertaining, and they've been pretty safe with some of the things they've said, so hopefully, you know, I turn the comms on one day and it won't cause any problems. I need to stretch this out a little bit. Let's get this stretched. There we go. And everybody's leaving me. So our EXP check right now is we're at 70%. We've gotten 10% so far just being in here. And it's going pretty fast. With these blues, they're about 0.35% a piece, so it's going pretty fast. I will not lie, it is going really fast. So. But yeah, so I'm just looking forward to getting 70 tonight. Level 70 is kind of like on my list of things I want to get done at least tonight. We're probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more signets before I call it a night, but honestly, I don't feel tired, which is kind of surprising. I mean, it's only, what, 9 o'clock? Yeah, it's 9:15. Not feeling tired. Not feeling, you know, ready for a sleepy sleep. And, I mean, I didn't even take a nap. Didn't take no nap. So, I mean, it's... Yeah, we got some time on our hands as far as with getting through some of this content, so... And some of the things to note about Beastlord hitting level 70... at level 70, we're going to get Dragon Punch, which is going to be an additional line of actual usable damage. And that usable damage is going to be very nice. You know, it's like an extra kick, basically. And having that extra damage is going to be just like having another extra kick. So it's going to be not a huge increase in DPS, but it's going to add a whole nother level of DPS to the character that wasn't there before from the previous expansion. So kind of nice. Kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm running low on mana. I want to hit level 70. Let's kill this shit. Yeah, with the levels also, it's been giving us a huge boost in kind of stats. There was also another AA that came out in this expansion, which was Veterans, I think it's Veterans Reward or something. Let me see if it's still in here. It's nope, not Veterans Wrath. Veterans Enhancement. It's free. It gives us 75 attack power. Let me pull it up real quick. It gives us 75 attack power, 250 mana and health, and it gives us 8 mana or 8 health regen. So kind of interesting. I'm not sure if that affects all characters or if it's at like a level 65. Is it a specific level? Level 50. So you get that right off the bat at level 50. So that activates and then you're good to go, I guess. So slowly building up the AA experience here. But I'm hoping that by the time I get my level here, we'll do a little bit more grinding and I'll be able to kind of feed experience into straight up just doing leveling for AAs. We have a oh yeah, we do. How's my pet doing on buffs? Do you still have your damage buff? You have your damage buff. You've got your haste. Okay, so we're good. We're all good. We're all good. But yeah, so I only have 2 of the signets so far. It's going to take a while before we get all 7 of our signets. And Alakazam has been down pretty much since the release of Omens on Mangler, so we haven't actually been able to look up anything or research anything. So we're kind of going off of secondhand information and basically information off of other websites that don't reference Alakazam, so that's kind of crazy. Like, I didn't realize there were other sites out there. I know there was Majolo. I remember back in the day there was, geez, what was that site? What was it, eCrest or EQ Crest or something? I can't remember the exact name of it, but I remember there was another site. But like Alakazam has always been kind of like the major resource for all of this, so it's crazy. You know, it's just crazy. The amount of information that's out there has been compressed all into just one site, and when that site goes down, it's like all knowledge of this game just kind of goes, just disappears. And we're like, Jesus. But yeah, so right now we're actually we're in an instance. Since Lost Dungeons of Norath, but Lost Dungeons of Norath gave like a really raw, instance-based experience. GOD kind of refined it, and then Omens of War, I don't want to say perfected it, but refined it a little bit more. But it gives us that instance experience now to where it feels like we're in an instance dungeon that's, you know, procedurally generated, even though it's not really procedurally generated. But at least gives us something to do and kill without actually having to compete with other people. Because I always hated that. I remember in a game like, what was it? It was Warhammer Age of Reckoning, where they were just like, oh yeah, we have non-instance zones where you can play with other people and PvP and stuff. It's like nobody wants that. When people do a dungeon, they want an instanced experience. They don't want to have to worry about, you know, having to deal with all this bullshit, you know? Absolutely not. Like, ugh. So, you know, it's like, that's not something to tote. That's how it was, and nobody liked that. You know, I did not like the biggest, well, I mean, like, we had, EverQuest was a big experience of that, but, like, Dark Age of Camelot was the same way, where, like, you had dungeons in that game, and you had to compete with other people in hunting in those dungeons, and it was no fun. It was no fun. Like, having to compete for camps and stuff, nah, forget it. You know, I just want to have an instance to myself, where I can have camps to myself, where I just go through the instance, and go from start to finish, and basically level up and experience that way, rather than just camping inside of a zone. So, but yeah, it's It's going to be kind of interesting with Omens. We're starting to slowly kind of meld out of my nostalgia because I'm kind of running out of things that I'm nostalgic with this expansion, or with these this game. You know, my era for this game is pretty much like in the Lucklin era for nostalgia, the Velios era with nostalgia. Not so much with, once you get beyond like Planes of Power, it's like I don't know. I don't know, man. This isn't my, yeah, one second. This isn't my realm of expertise, that's for sure. Yeah, so in the party right now we have 2 monks, which is an insane amount of damage, by the way. We have a Shadow Knight tanking, we have a Beast Lord, and we have a Shaman that's healing. Incidentally, this expansion, for some reason, opened up rezzing for druids, and Balo. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for the sub, man. How you doing? How you doing? You staying safe out there, man? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that you're staying safe. I don't want one of my students getting sick. We're going through a phase right now where I think one of our students might potentially be sick. She has 1 symptom and no fever. So it was very confusing. I'm not one of your students. We'll just pretend you are. Do you want to be? Do you want to be? Yeah, ooh. What's that? That's nothing. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, we have a little bit of a scare right now in the office. But yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. The university is pretty much looking at trying to stay open even during this whole COVID thing. And they have all this stuff and plans in place, but I can't handle Jabber. Oh god. You know, it's funny that you joke about Jabber. We actually started using Jabber again because we've been working remotely. And since we've been working remotely, we're stuck having to use it again. And it's funny that I was expecting to get rid of Jabber, and like it didn't happen. And then like we had to start working remotely. It's like, oh yeah, we need a phone solution. Let's use Jabber. But Jabber's so bad. Like it doesn't work right. So it was, so no fun. No fun whatsoever. But yeah, so I hope you're doing well, wherever you may be in your point in life. And it's a scary time for all of us. But we'll get through it. I think we'll get through it, so. But yeah, so we have to get the goal of this expansion right now, before we can actually do some endgame raiding, is we have to get 7 signets. We have 2. They're a bunch of rings. We're going and getting a bunch of rings. And once we get the 7 signets, we turn it in, I guess, and then it activates us and flags us for the raid for this expansion, and then we can start doing the endgame raiding, I guess. It doesn't seem that hard, but when you have the competition of a bunch of people, then, yeah, it becomes a little ridiculous, so. Oh, you know where I'm at, you Doofenshmirtz. I'm sure I do. You just won't tell me who you are, so you're just gonna leave me guessing. You're such a Doofenshmirtz. The only person I know who was at is Logan. Because Logan moved near me. Which is crazy, actually. I could technically walk to his house. But, like, the condo units are actually separated. So, like, there is no actual path in between the 2 condo units. So, since there's no path between the condo units, it's like, difficult. Like, I'm waiting till, like, fall when all the leaves die, and then you can kind of slink through the sticks. But we'll just wait and see. I'll have to comb the line just to see. Do I need to sing you a song about selling jabbers so you know who I am? We already sang that song. Actually, a lot of my students know that song, and it's Logan who came up with that song, so... So I'm gonna say it's you're Logan. I know who you are now. Burp. You son of a bitch. Yeah, we're having the start of a new semester with a bunch of new students. Incidentally, Logan, get this. Listen to this level of insanity because this is insane. So, the provost was approached by a bunch of colleges that were basically saying, hey, we don't have enough IT support to run this stuff. And so the provost goes to the enrollment management and says, hey, you know, let's use work study and some of the CARES Act money and hire 35 students. Go ahead and hire 35 students. And like SFA is like, we don't know how to hire IT students. We're financial aid. Like that's not what we do. Well, do it anyway. So financial aid was issued basically a mandate to go hire 35 IT students for the university, for these colleges, and yeah, get it done by Thursday, which is today, by the way. It's today they needed to get it done, and they got the order on Friday. It's like, you can't get 35 students that fast. Well, they're not using a budget. They're using work study, which pays for 75% of a student's salary, and then they're using the CARES Act to pay for the rest of the salary. So no budget money whatsoever. So you're hiring these students to basically do this job, and none of the money is coming out of your pocket. So that's kind of cool, but at the same time, you still have financial aid hiring IT students. Okay, it makes no sense. It gets better, but it doesn't make no sense. So they come to me. Sylvia comes to me and she says, hey, this is going on. We don't know what to do. Can you help us? And I just sit there and I'm staring at the email. And the first thing I say in reply to the email is like, I'm kind of confused here. I don't understand why SFA is hiring IT students. Like, SFA doesn't do that. And then, like, the AVP came in and it's like, well, this was a mandate that we were given from our VP. And I'm just like, just shaking my head. I'm like, all right, well, I'll help you guys. So now I'm roped in and helping them interview. But yeah, they reached out to IT for assistance, and like the director level's on up. They said, it's not our problem. You go ahead and take care of this issue yourself. It's okay. You have our blessing. It's like, they don't want your blessing. They want your help. So I don't understand. I just don't get it. It does not make sense. So, whatever. Just whatever. It's like, it's not like I had enough to do this semester anyway, but whatever. You know, it's... People are stretched thin as is, and they just keep squeezing the turnip, hoping for blood to come out. You know... You know what I honestly need to do is I honestly need to polish up on my resume is what I need to do. You know, I keep threatening about that, but honestly, I'm seriously considering it. Like,